Good morning, everybody. Martin here from Hide and Seek. I'm not awake very much. I got Michael here today, who's behind the camera right now. What is the time? It's like, I don't know, quarter to seven? It's 7 o'clock. 7 o'clock in the morning. We've been here for quite not long, about 30 minutes. And we're digging some lug. Tide's right out. It's a spring tide, so it's gone out miles. I'll show you on the camera. Hang on. Another bait digger out there as well. But yeah, it's gone absolutely miles. There's Michael. Michael, say hello. Yeah, so we're just doing a bit of bait digging. Along Herne Bay, worm is definitely the best bait for the majority of species. So yeah, went out yesterday and managed to get a little whiting and a bass, so that saved the blank, finally. But when I caught that bass, I thought to myself, right, that's it, I need to go flatty bashing. Need to go bass bashing now, if they're coming in. But yeah, renewed enthusiasm. So yeah, going to show you how to dig some worms. So one thing to be aware of, guys, is that, you know, I'm showing you how to dig the lug and stuff, or will be, but that's based on being where I am. If you can see, I'll spin the camera, you can see all that black stuff, the black sand. That's where the sand doesn't get as much oxygen, so it goes that colour. But you've also got like a very claggy clay about a foot down here, and you really can't dig into that properly. But other beaches, and this retains a lot of surface water, as you can see, and it's dug a lot. But on other beaches you might find that it's a lot drier and easier to dig. This one is actually quite hard to dig. It's quite hard going. So the youngsters of you and you beginner anglers, or people that aren't that strong through maybe you know, like a bad back or whatever, or a dodgy shoulder or something like that, it is hard. I'm not going to lie to you, it is hard to dig. Some places are easier than others though. So if you've got like a nice dry sandy beach where the sand dries out quite nicely, you might find it a hell of a lot easier to dig. Some people pump it. You can't, I don't think you can pump it really here, because it's too thick and claggy. But yeah, just wanted to make you aware, it is hard work. Michael's had and also it depends on what you're using. Sort of like me and Michael are both using forks. Michael's fork is your standard garden fork, which isn't ideal, but he's still catching worms, still finding them with it, you know. And it just means that to my fork, which is down there, which is almost a cross between a garden fork and a bale fork for the farm. So yeah, he's just doing like where I do one spit over, he'll do two. So, and whoever says, you know, oh, if you don't find them the first time you dig, blah blah blah, they'll dig down really fast and get away, it's not true. Not really. You can still find them. You just got to be a little bit quicker. Just dig two spits instead of one. But yeah, look at this morning. It's gorgeous. Really starting to warm up now. I had ice on the car this morning, but that's definitely gone. It's going to be a lovely day. Hello, Michael.
Yeah, in my next... Sorry.
That's alright. Right, guys, when you're digging worms, one of the most important, well, especially blow lug, is you've got to look for these casts. You can see there, looks like silly string. So you look for one of those, or hopefully several. And then also, there's these little depressions there. Don't know if you can see that. There's another one. So the idea is that blowhole there belongs to the worm that made that cast. So he'll be in between there somewhere, sort of around there. So the idea is to dig him out, but there's a certain way of doing it, which Michael's going to demonstrate now. What?
It's right now.
So you're going to dig behind the cast there, and come to the other side of it, and then dig into the hole that you've already made. And there we go, there's the worm. Got a bit cut in half, the other bit's there.
Oh.
So there's, sometimes this happens, they get cut in half. You can still use that, so put it in the bucket. But that just goes to show that it works. And there's the other method that we use, which Michael started over there, which I rudely made him stop, is trench digging. It's a lot harder work, but you do yield more worms in the long run, I feel. But you do have to put your back into it. Well, yeah. But basically, you find. Let's go and find something. I'm going to start one over here. So you can see all those little bumps, the hills there, they're all casts. So I'm going to start there, dig probably about 4 spits across that way, and then just dig back. And yeah, well, I'll do a time lapse of it so you can see it in action. So all I've done is just starting digging the bottom part of the trench. So when you dig that way, you dig then back this way into it. I'll show you in a minute. But even digging that first spit out, I managed to get a little worm there. So yeah, this beach is quite rich with them, and especially today there is a lot of worm casts. I mean, sometimes you don't see them because today's a spring tide, so it's gone right out. But sometimes if it's a neap tide or whatever, it gets washed back and forth and it breaks them down quite quickly. But yeah, just shows, you know, even just digging that first lot out, it's only a small worm, but it'll be a nice little hook bait. And then all I do, I haven't got very many so far, but put them in a bucket. That's what I use, and then afterwards we'll show you what you do with them after you finish to keep them a bit longer. Yeah, I'm going to carry on this trench, see if we can't pull a few more out. Always good to just go through what you've dug out as well, if there's like big clumps, because sometimes you can miss them. This is worth noting as well. This one here that I've got is a white rag. Now I'm not going to use those, but a lot of people do because they're quite good for finicky little fish. But we're going to put him back because I don't want him. I just want the big Blow Lug. So now I've dug the little trench starter, I'm going to dig back into it this way. It's so much easier digging back into what you've already started. You can see I don't even have to really stand on it, I can just push it in. Oh, I know I've got one there. Oh. There you go, guys. Size of that one. And there's a lot of that size in this place, so yeah, get a few more of those, but it shows the method works. And Michael's put it in front of the camera. And Michael's got one as well.
Size comparison from that one and your map.
Yeah, I think yours is missing the tail though, isn't it?
Yeah, true.
Okay guys, another white rag there. Bigger one this time, but still I don't want them. Hey, Michael's got another one. Hey, that's a big one. Try and get him out. There you go, guys. Another big fat chunky one. But yeah, that's my general method of doing it. So yeah, I'll just carry on. Well guys, finished with bait digging now. Tidying the camera around. You can see this was all out earlier. It's all flooded back in quick. But yeah, we've done alright, haven't we? Wet feet. We've got a nice load of lug in there. I've got no idea how many is in there, but it's got to be about 40 or 50. So now what I'm going to do is Michael's just going to fill the bucket up with some water because I'm filming. He didn't know he was going to do that, but just fill it up with a little bit. That's it. And because we're using them today, that's basically it. They'll stay in there. It is fresh seawater, so they'll love it. And well, it's hard work. Knackered. Time to go back home. What's the time now?
10 to 9.
10 to 9. So I'm going to go back,
Been out about 2 hours.
have some breakfast, and then, oh, my hair is a state. Lockdown haircut. But yeah, so and I've lost my hat. So some of you might be wondering why he's not wearing his beanie. I've lost it. But yeah, gonna go back, have some breakfast, and then I'm gonna go fishing later. So yeah. Alright, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.